Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. It's your buddy Boogeyman Ben here for an episode of Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. And today's video is going to be talking about a subject I usually don't tackle here on the Horror Zone channel. But I have spoken about it in the past. A couple years ago, I talked about it when a film had this happen to it that I was really excited to see. The subject, of course, as you can tell by the title, is dealing with people illegally pirating movies. Now, this has become a big issue, particularly with the horror genre and smaller independent films. I've mentioned before that I follow the Movie Crypt podcast with Joe Lynch and Adam Green, two independent filmmakers who have both had their films pirated on torrent sites. And, understanding just, how much harm and damage this does to smaller filmmakers. Of course, if you have anything stolen, any type of art that's stolen, particularly, movies, there's so many people that are involved in making movies that it really is doing damage to the movie business and the film industry. And I think a lot of people don't understand what the repercussions are for illegally downloading these films. Now, when you have something like the Avengers or something like, Star Wars, of course, those movies are always going to make money. So even if these movies do get torrented ahead of their release date or during their release, the repercussions of that are not going to be as largely felt as it would for something that's small. Over the weekend, Don Mancini's seventh film in the Chucky franchise, Cult of Chucky, was actually torrented. It was put out on the web a week and a half ahead of its release. It's supposed to be coming out Tuesday, October 3rd. It's going to be premiering on Netflix as well as being released on DVD and Blu-ray. Now, what this could cause is that, the revenue now, there's a chance that the revenue for this release, for the film, will be lessened by the fact that so many people have torrented it now. And it's really a shame because Don Mancini has been controlling the rights to the Child's Play franchise since 1988 when the first film came out. And he has been involved in all of the films. So, for someone to do this ahead of its scheduled release, which is not that far off, is really a slap in the face to someone that has really made these films for fans like me. I'm a huge fan of the Child's Play franchise. I have all the films on Blu-ray and DVD. I was really looking forward to Cult of Chucky, and I did not BitTorrent it. I did not watch it illegally online. I did notice that people were posting about it, though. I did notice that people were saying, hey, I'm watching Cult of Chucky, and I was confused because I was like, it's not supposed to come out till the 3rd, and I kept saying, well, did they release it early? Did they do something like to get more promotion for it? Because sometimes that'll happen. But then when I found out from a friend of mine that it was being illegally downloaded by people that are horror fans and in the horror community, and I belong to several horror community boards, and I noticed that so many people were illegally downloading it, it pissed me off. Because the whole thing is that we're supposed to be supporting the horror genre. And I know that there's people that say, well, I'm going to buy the movie anyway. But you're not taking into consideration what damage this is going to have on the film's bottom line. And that this could affect more movies being made in the franchise. I've never BitTorrented anything in my life. I've never illegally downloaded music. I've never illegally downloaded a movie. And I know I'm getting on a soapbox here, but I'm being honest with you. I have the sense to realize that stealing is wrong. You're stealing somebody's art. You're stealing somebody's property. It's wrong. I'm sorry, but for me, it is wrong. And I really I wish people would just understand how much damage you can do to someone's career by doing this. These people, Don Mancini is, he's not making a $200 million tentpole film. He is making a small independent film for fans of the franchise. And for somebody that claims to be a fan of Chucky and claims to be a fan of the Child's Play films to just go out there and illegally upload it, and then people that are supposed to be supporting filmmakers like Mancini are stealing it, then how can you call yourself a fan? I just really wanted to talk about this because it's been bothering me. I'm not trying to call anybody out, and I'm not trying to say that you need to think like I do, but I want you to know how I feel. And I am angry that this happened. And I will be supporting the film when it comes out on its release date. So on October 3rd, I will be supporting that film by buying it on Blu-ray, and I encourage people that are fans of the franchise to do so as well. If you want to support Don Mancini, and if you hope that we will get more movies with the Chucky character, go out there and support the film. Either buy the Blu-ray or the DVD, or watch it on Netflix, because they look at how many people are going to view it on Netflix, and based on that, and based on how many people buy it, that will sort of decide if we will get an 8th film in the franchise. So that's going to be it. I'm really just, like I said, I've talked about this before. I am going to leave a link down below to a really excellent podcast from the movie Crypt, where they talked to director Darren Lynn Bousman about what he went through where his movies were a bit torrented and what he had to go through. So I really encourage people that don't understand, what this does to a filmmaker that's an independent, that is not a part of a big conglomerate like a Marvel studio or Disney or something like that, that is just trying to get their art out there, that is trying to be doing things for the fans, what something like this, what the ramifications are. And that's all I'm going to say about the matter. If you hate me for saying this, then you have every right to. If you agree with me, I appreciate it. But please don't tell me that I'm wrong. This is how I feel. Just putting it out there how I feel about this, since I am a YouTuber who talks about horror films, that has a Facebook page and a group that talks about horror films. I want to make sure that people know it's not okay to publish anything to do with illegal downloading on that page, or to tell me that I'm wrong about how I feel. So that's all I'm going to say about this. I encourage everyone to check out the podcast, as well as sharing their thoughts in the comment section below about what's happened. I appreciate everyone for the support, and I appreciate everyone for taking the time to watch this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.